What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to CM Aviation. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. And today I have a very exciting model review for you all. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Aviation400 1:400 scale Delta Airlines Airbus A350-900 in the LA28 livery. So very excited to have this aircraft. This is a really cool subject right here, and really great to see Aviation400 dipping their toes into a wide variety of opportunities here. So again, very excited about this. With that being said, let's go ahead and take a look. Airbus right here, Airbus A350-900. Here's the Delta logo, and then here is the CGI here of the aircraft. It's November 522 Delta Zulu 1:400 scale, and you get the diecast model aircraft right here. Here are the profiles of the box. You got the sides and so forth. I apologize about that. I have no idea where that came from. But anyway, this comes from MV400, a great Canada retailer. They were at the Atlanta Airlines International show. So yeah, definitely a super fun time, and really excited to have this aircraft. Got this for $50 flat. I thought it was a phenomenal deal, and boom, take a look at that beautiful aircraft. So what do you know? Another stand. Fortunate to get another one. This one's actually built into the cradle, which is really cool. And then there's the aircraft itself. So it does have the pre-assembled gear on it, which is honestly not a bad problem to have. But fortunately, I was able to get another A350 with the detachable gears. I forgot which one that was. What plane was that? I thought I'm almost positive I did. If I didn't, I'm losing my mind again, which is very possible. But I thought that I did get an A350 recently from Aviation400 that has the detachable gear. But once again, you do get a stand, and this is packed up very well, so I don't think that it will be sneaking off on any of us, which is what we want to see. But man, that is just it's a unit. Very, very happy to have this. Okay, Delta Airlines A350 LA28. I feel like the 100 years aircraft kind of took over the spotlight, and we forgot to recognize how gorgeous this plane is. So yeah, quite a few different companies have done this. Gemini did an exclusive for some sort of Delta shop, I believe, or it might have just been independent. And then I want to say NG also has announced it, or has done it already. I think just announced. So yeah, this is great. Very excited to have this, and man, they did an absolutely spectacular job. I think spectacular is a good word for this aircraft. So let's go ahead and get situated, and yeah, we have quite a bit to assess with this absolute unit. So, oh whoa, macro mode is not going to be what we're assessing though. So yeah, that is what we're assessing right there. That is absolutely stunning.
Wildcat Diecast has some of the best model aircraft deals out there. From great prices to all the brands to free shipping, Wildcat Diecast has you covered. This model aircraft retailer is a game changer and saves you money with every order. Save even more money with discount code CMAviation for 10% off. Be sure to check out Wildcat Diecast and bring those amazing deals to your model aircraft collection today.
Okay, so without any further delay, we're not going to waste any further time. And once again, you do get the typical JC Wing stand with it, no complete shock there. So yeah, about what you would expect. So with that being said, let's not waste any further time and go ahead and get into the subject itself. So you got the cockpit windows right here along with the nose cone. You got some panel details and whatnot right here. Here's the nose landing gear and nose landing gear door. It's very metallic, so that's pretty interesting. It looks more like Phoenix, but yeah, I thought it did have detachable gears. That's what I thought. I thought for sure this one did in the previous unboxing. So maybe my detachable gears got tied up somewhere. I'm not sure where they are, but they should have been in that box. That's why I was so confused. I knew they were in there somewhere, but anyway, you can do detachable gear, which is really nice. So very happy about that. They look really good, and you wouldn't have even noticed if I wouldn't have told you that they were detachable. So that's pretty cool. Got the SkyTeam logo right there, and then they have the really nice hint of orange. This is the only area where this appears before it's red gradient, and then you have the navy underbelly, which we'll get a good look at here in a moment. Now you have some sort of sticker right here, and you got the Delta Airlines billboard titles. They seemed a little stretched up. That might just be an observation of mine, but definitely interesting. It's not very noticeable though, which is good news, and it could just be like that on this livery, so I'll have to take a better look at that later on. Now right here we have the sticker here for the LA28 Olympics. That's what we're showing off right here, the Olympics on the left, and I'm not sure exactly what's going on the right, but they will be held in Los Angeles in 2028, so that will be a big revenue generator for the whole area, which is cool. And then first class up here. As we proceed, you obviously get into some of the other aspects, like the premium economy starting about here, and the comfort plus and comfort, so that's pretty cool. And an Aviation400, of course, in all their detail and all their glory. You have the the beacon right here, 3D beacon, stunning. You have the stub Wi-Fi box, and this is the first time I've ever seen it so squared off like this for any company 1-400, so just super impressive. You got the back antenna, which is great right there. And then of course you have the red gradient, as I was kind of hinting at. That starts right here, premium economy. And then you get into the palm trees, which look really nice and definitely very indicative of Los Angeles, so love that. Here's the engines. Cowling looks very nice. Let's take a look at the fan blades and spinner. Very good detail there. It looks really great. Could have popped this around. Exhaust looks really nice, and here's the wing detail. Typical Delta wing, not much fancy on that for the winglets, but as you can tell, it looks very nice, so happy about that. And then that red, as we transition off of the wing, transitions into a purple, which is quite nice, and pretty promptly for the LA28. That was very clever that Delta put their logo as the A. I thought that was pretty hilarious. I think it's really cool. I mean, it looks really sharp. So Delta, good job. Your design team, or the correct, whoever decided that was what was going to happen, made a great choice. I think it's pretty clever and very smart. Have the top antenna up there, and then you get to the Wi-Fi box to supplement that, and then you get into kind of a space theme here as we continue past the 28 with these dots, which is pretty cool. And you get the baggage door here on the left, which is a nice panel detail right there. You have the L4 door, and the L3 is over the L over here, literally, so that's pretty cool. Very nice and clever way to put it on there. I think it turned out really good, but yeah, this kind of space theme is pretty cool here in the back. Registration's 522 Delta Zulu. The horizontal stabilizers, the APU, very good job on Aviation400's behalf as always. It looks really nice. And Delta Tail, fleet code 3522. And yeah, it looks really nice. Here's the main landing gear. You can see the pivot right there, and they also detach. I'll show you that here in about 1 minute. Let's take a look at the right side of the aircraft though, and get out of macro mode. And once we do that, then we will be ready to take a look at the right side. The only substantial difference is 2 items.
Jetset Models has some incredible model aircraft accessories. From cones, the buildings, the vehicles, Jetset Models has you covered. These accessories are absolute game changers and take your model airports to the next level. Use discount code CMAviation for 10% off your order. Be sure to check out Jetset Models and bring that realism to your model airport today.
Well, all of it's reciprocated, of course, but number one, the LA28 detail has moved up to below the widget on this side, and yeah, you got a little bit more. You can see the nose a little bit better on this side because of that. Number 2, you got the cargo doors in the front, and then by the L in the back. And then number 3, now the L3 door is over the 8, so it looks pretty sharp on this side too. Top of the aircraft looks very nice. Great detail as always. Very good job on the panels. The bottom of the aircraft, you got the LA28 on the underbelly. I think that's a very clever detail. And then as I hinted at, these magnetic landing gear do come on and off, which are great. And once again, I don't know where my gear up configuration is, but I got it somewhere. So anyway, just super beautiful model. This is a great one to have. And yeah, I'm so glad to add this for Great Plains. Many of these models won't debut until 2026 just because of the logistics and what I had to do to get the updates filmed. But I hope to feature this in some sort of capacity on the channel regularly until then, because this is a stunner. So might do a model comparison or some sort of way to get this involved a little bit more. Anyway, I'm super glad to have this. This is definitely a spotlight aircraft for sure. Highly recommended if you're in the market for an Aviation400 aircraft. This is a really stunning aircraft to add to your collection, and I'm just really appreciative to have it. So MV400, thank you so much for having it in Atlanta. I really wanted it, didn't find a good deal anywhere, and that's why these shows are so cool. They lead to opportunities that wouldn't happen otherwise. So I'm really thrilled to have this. This is a great plane. That is a really nice aircraft. I like just sitting here and staring at it and just saying, wow, that is a top tier aircraft, and so happy to have it in the collection. So with that being said, that'll do it for today's video, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Trust process D. Love and love you do. My name is CM Aviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as CM Aviation is signing off.